Hey, it's Shane with GotRom.com. This video is about active hip flexibility, and I'm going to teach you how to strengthen your muscles to increase your range of motion. So most people think of like stretching, passive stretching is the way to increase their flexibility, but that's only one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is strengthening the antagonistic muscles of the muscles that you're trying to get more flexible. So for example, if you're trying to get your hamstrings more flexible, yes, you have to lengthen this side, but you also have to strengthen this side. So that's what I want to talk about today. Now, before we dive into it, I want to let you know that I'm not an advocate of doing a million isolated kind of cute strengthening exercises over and over again and never actually practicing the hard stuff like the actual splits. And the reason is that it's kind of like a bodybuilder doing, say, a bunch of hamstring curls trying to improve their deadlift. Yes, having hamstrings that are more strong will help a deadlift kind of in a roundabout way, but the thing that'll improve your deadlift is deadlifting. It's the big hard exercises. So I'm going to advocate that you mostly train your splits, and when you do, inevitably you will be lengthening one side and strengthening the other side. If you're being aware of your body, you'll learn how to contract kind of your quads and TFL to kind of pull you deeper into, say, the pancake splits as you're lengthening the other side. So I think that should be the bulk of your training, but it is nice sometimes to do some isolated strengthening exercises. So let's get into those. So the first thing that you're going to do is to strengthen your pancake splits. You're going to come into a straddle position. You're going to point your toes and put your hands out front, and then you're going to contract these muscles here and lift up and do 10 reps of just lifting your straight legs off the ground. Now don't bend here. You're doing something like this. You've got to be totally locked out. Point your toes and then lifting. And I like to do maybe 10 reps, and then on the 10th rep, hold it at the top. Burn, let it burn, let it burn. You're going to feel intense cramping going on here. But that kind of 10 reps and then a 10-second hold is a great thing to do kind of supersetted with traditional kind of pancake splits work. So that's the straddle leg lifts. If you're trying to improve your pike or forward fold, then a good thing to do is obviously lengthen the hamstrings, but also strengthen the front, especially if you're someone who's doing like handstands and needs to have a good kind of pike, like a gymnast. So to strengthen the hip flexors in this position, what you're going to do is point the toes, sit tall, legs straight, and you're going to again lift 10 times. 8, 9, 10, and hold the last one for 10 seconds. And you can do this for, say, 3 sets of 10 with a 10-second hold, supersetted with some kind of hamstring stretch so that you're strengthening the front, lengthening the back. And same thing with this, strengthening the front and then lengthening the back. The last one that I want to show you is for the glutes. Say if you were working on your isometric middle splits, which I've got different videos about, you got to lengthen this side, but it's also helpful to strengthen this side. So you're going to come into a kneeling position like this, and you're going to lift your leg up out to the side, again for those 10 reps, as high as you can. And on the 10th one, you hold it, feel the burn, 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 yes. And then you do the same thing on the other side. And you could superset that with your pancake splits or your isometric middle splits. So those are 3 good options for how to strengthen your hip muscles to help increase their range of motion. Enjoy.
Yeah, be cool, be cool.